Hello, everybody. Welcome back in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and we're going to do the general daily collective message. So I looked a little bit deeper into the energies, and there's some very potent moon aspects. So the moon is still in Pisces, which is creating this extra sensitivity. I feel we're in this energy of closing out all of these past cycles, and definitely the astrology is supporting these energetic shifts, especially if you're on the awakening journey, the spiritual journey. So I really wanted to talk about these energies. We're going to pull in with some cards. They asked me to grab the tea leaf deck today, the romance angels. I don't use that deck very often. We're going to get some crystal angel messages cards, and we're going to definitely pull in with the tarot. But let's talk about these energies. So many of us are closing out these major karmic cycles. And so when we go into these emotional relationships, like these karmic relationships, likely, stemming from some past life karma that is needing to be resolved, I think a lot of us go into some very intense, magnetically active connections because of this energetic bond from a past life connection. And so it'll create like this destined feeling or this fated connection when you first meet these karmic connections. And so a lot of the times these relationship cycles, they move along very, very quickly, very, very fast paced, almost like a love bombing type energy, because of the very strong soul tie that we share in these connections. And so this is all in place because of the past life relationship. And so this is why it feels like this fated destined connection, or this connection of like, hey, this is my family, I know this person, this is my person, even if you didn't grow up together or you didn't previously know each other. So it's like a familial connection almost, right? And so it goes a little bit beyond romance as well when it comes to these relationships. And so what happens is we fall back into these south node unhealthy familial patterns in these relationships. And so it creates this deep emotional undercurrent that we're working with going into these relationships to learn valuable karmic lessons about who we are, what we came here to clear, what we need to understand about our past lives, so we don't keep repeating this in further incarnations and stuff. And so I feel this is where we're embracing this opportunity to develop. To develop further on our evolution journey, to grow, and to learn from the past and evolve beyond that. And so that's kind of what our karmic pathway is this lifetime, guys. It is about coming out of those south node patterns, those comfort zone patterns, and stepping into your true north node. And so doing something you haven't done before, because there's a gift in the patterns, though. We've mastered that energy in a past life. And so now we're being asked to harness the polarized opposite. And so when we go through this evolution journey, this growth journey, we will spiral back and forth between the south node and the north node until we're ready to fully activate and ground that north node. And so we go into these karmic relationships, and it serves the soul a purpose when it comes to getting stuck, because we're kind of stuck in that past life energy until we can understand the lesson and move beyond it. And so I feel the energy today is like bringing forward an opportunity to work towards some soul growth, to embody these new north node qualities that we came here to learn about this lifetime. And so a lot of this is, reflected in these karmic relationships. This is a strong message. My light is flicking again. And so it's about, learning about our emotions, embracing these new positive qualities. It's about learning how to nurture somebody else, accept somebody else. A lot of these relationships are stemming around an unhealthy pattern, either with a mother or a father. And so it's going to reflect a father wound or a mother wound that one or both of you are needing to work through to kind of move beyond. And so a lot of these relationships are positive in the fact that it triggers us to do the work to kind of heal and grow. And so it's almost part of like a calling, so to speak. And so a lot of these karmic relationships, we have to kind of learn how to commit to dealing with these negative issues, and to not shy away or back away from facing, you know, that mirror reflection. And so I think the energy today is offering a real opportunity to grow and expand, to address any codependency issues, especially if you have become overly emotionally attached to another. That's not healthy. Obsessive thought patterns is not healthy. And so it will create this sense of, you know, this dependency on this person. And this is all because of these past life emotions, unresolved emotions that kind of need to be dealt with. And so a lot of these karmic relationships, although they're supposed to be short-term and temporary, makes it very hard to move on from these relationships after the ending because of the very strong karmic pull. And so I think an opportunity to push past any codependencies in the energies. But like always, freedom is a choice. So it's like breaking a karmic soul tie is one of the most difficult things to do because of the intense past life bondage. And so I think the energy is asking us to think about the future. We're going through this period of inner expansion, inner growth, evolving, you know, stepping into selfless acts of service and learning about our own subconscious. And so this is a time where we're really needing to go into our emotional sensitivity. We can't repress it. We can't run from it. I know emotional sensitivity can bring forward a deep level of confusion, especially if you're so used to logically trying to solve problems, and then you're, you know, tapping into these deep emotions. And with some Pluto activity with the moon today, we're being asked to expose any buried emotions. And so there's no other way to heal other than to bring these emotions to the surface and to have those very open-hearted discussions. And so I feel, you know, it's about bringing forward that truth of exactly how you feel about somebody, whether it's a good or a bad feeling. I feel if we want to manifest these very rich emotional experiences rooted in authentic self-expression, we have to be able to go deep and evolve in our relationships, and you know, to be free to move on without somebody kind of clinging to control. And so I feel this added stress to bring forward some irritation in order to deal with any home issues that have been festering below the surface, and to, you know, solidify these close relationships moving forward. So I feel like this emotional pressure, and I was hearing the song Under Pressure over and over again. So I feel like we're all being asked to get the head and the heart working together in harmony. And when we're in these karmic relationship cycles, the head and the heart are always like at war with one another. And so some time in solitude, some alone time to really figure out what path you want to create moving forward will likely do you good in the energy, because I do feel so many of us in these karmic relationships, we are so vulnerable to deception and scandal because of the extreme codependencies. And this is where we kind of learn to, you know, be on our own. We're creating these interdependent relationships because you don't want to lose yourself in a connection, and you want to be able to still be yourself without losing yourself and being enmeshed in a connection with another. And so I think a lot of things are coming up to be cleared, to be talked about as we close out all of these past life relationships. So let's see what needs to come through with the cards today. We are going to start off with the tea leaf deck. So I do feel that bird's eye view, that eagle's eye view, when it comes to having triumph over any troubles and obstacles. So you could be dealing with somebody born in March, or you could be closing out a cycle that began in March, or, you know, something about the month of March. If there was a significant event in the month of March, I feel there's been this energy of going within and the caterpillar. So that's kind of the stage that we got to go into as part of this rebirth, when we learn these lessons. And so things will not always be this way. There is big change coming, but you're really going to want to pay attention to what you're putting in your body right now. You're going to want overall mental, physical, and spiritual health in order to, you know, I feel like this activation, this crowning energy, anointing energy. Let's see what else needs to come through. Okay, bottom of the deck, the wheel. So things are moving forward, but there has been this energy of somebody allowing their life to just spin forward aimlessly with no direction, rambling energy. And so you're going to want to get a grip. This is very interesting. Okay, scissors. So definitely somebody's getting cut out of your life. Scissors, we use scissors to cut, right? And so definitely some disappointment and ending of some sort when it comes to some temptation. So I feel somebody was tempted in the past, and that apple energy, right? And so you bring it back to, you know, the temptation of the tree of knowledge. And so it's this energy of opening up Pandora's box. And once that box is open, there's no going back. You can't unsee what you have seen. And so there's definitely somebody getting cut out, something that was a temptation when it comes to this triumph. And so there will be a sincere wish granted, especially when it comes to a marriage or a higher level of commitment. So a divine union of some sort. And I do feel it's that forest energy. Are we out of the woods yet? And so I feel somebody's been bravely going into the depths of their shadow, and it's really created this unclear vision moving forward because of some sorrow or some loss over this disappointment, this temptation. But I also feel this energy of blessings are on the way. Plenty of material things, but you're going to have to make a decision. You know, somebody's been choosing to stay stuck, maybe due to fear of gossip, of some secrets coming out. I feel somebody is dealing with somebody two-faced, that, you know, anything you tell them, they're going to go and they're going to repeat it to somebody else behind your back, trying to prevent you from moving forward, because there's a codependency there and there's fear. And so I feel somebody's trying to prevent somebody to, you know, going towards their happiness. But I do feel luck is coming, and a windfall or a blessing as somebody chooses to climb towards success. So there is going to be this energy of overcoming any problem successfully, but it might require mending a bridge. So let's see what needs to come through with the romance angels. This is about healing family issues and healing the patterns that no longer work. And so when we go into understanding our family patterns, what's repeated throughout generation after generation, and when we can finally reach a level of forgiveness with our parents, we can improve our love life, because there is some new romantic feelings being stirred, I feel. But somebody is needing to release control. You cannot control how a situation unfolds. We're being asked to allow this to play out organically, naturally. The divine is kind of in control. And I do feel somebody's been trying to control a situation, which really has kept them stuck in this energy of indecisiveness and maybe, you know, fear of gossip, people talking, when it comes to bringing forward an expression of love, a romantic gesture. And I feel it's time to cut out anything that's been standing in the way of what it is that you know that you deserve. I feel somebody is contemplating maybe bringing forward an offer of commitment. An engagement ring could possibly be an engagement ring. It doesn't have to be. I think there's uncertainty about maybe coming back, returning to something from the past. I do feel there's going to be a reconciliation here. Somebody from the past returning that maybe got tempted by a snake. And I feel there's been some kind of exposure. So, and I also feel maybe somebody's been struggling with some ill health, depression, when it comes to having to return to the past, dreaming about somebody from the past. Fear, though, of bringing forward this gesture. But I do think it's safe to go forward. And I think it is likely going to be like this romance of a lifetime, true love. But there's a need to disconnect, to go within, because there is sorrow over an ending. Or maybe somebody has repressed this ending on their heart for a very long time, and these emotions are going to surface. These deeply repressed, buried emotions are going to resurface when it comes to a past connection that's needing to be reconciled. So let's jump in with some cards, guys. The Emperor reversed. So a masculine here that maybe made an unwise choice, did not use his logic, has no success, unwilling to take control of a situation, but coming into a new idea. Definitely a masculine here facing some challenges and some obstacles for sure, needing to communicate clearly. Definitely some secrets have come out, I feel. Some secrets. Somebody's not been listening to their intuition either. So let's see what else needs to come through with the tarot. There's this energy of somebody grieving over a missed opportunity. And they've been in a prison cell of their own making when it comes to bringing forward some communication. But I do feel somebody breaking the chains, breaking free from their lower ego. There's definitely this core wound coming up to be addressed. So we got the 4 cups, guys. The 10 of Swords. So this was a very painful ending, a very painful ending. And there is going to be something coming to an end that's going to bring this sense of relief when it comes to an illusion of being entrapped in a situation. And I do feel like somebody's hitting that rock bottom, really needing to defend themselves. I feel somebody is feeling like a spiritual target under attack. But I do feel making a decision. There's a big, big, big ending here that is going to lead to a brand new beginning. Scorpio energy, death to the old, birth to the new. Somebody is definitely releasing their ego and maybe sneaking away from a foundation, running quickly to a new foundation for that renewal, for that reconciliation. So, because I do feel it's kind of time to plant those seeds for these divine counterpart unions. So there's going to be a resurgence, a renewal of a romantic relationship. Forgiveness is what's going to end the challenges, end the indecision. Forgiveness. So yeah, a romantic offer is coming in. And I think maybe somebody thought this was a missed opportunity. They're getting a wake-up call. They're getting a wake-up call is kind of what I'm feeling. Somebody's been very discontent, very distracted, bored, lost in, a world of their own in their mind. And I feel this has been a long-standing burden. Somebody needs to get a weight off their shoulders. And they've been trapped for a very long time. I think trapped in fear when it comes to not having self-confidence, feeling helpless, maybe being afraid to take action, afraid of disappointment, afraid of rejection, fear of taking responsibility because maybe some secrets are going to come out and people are going to be gossiping. But I feel there's been this energy of like protection. Somebody is protected. But they're going to need to be decisive and take some action. This is like quick turn of events. Somebody is quickly departing a situation. And I feel this is going to feel like a betrayal. It's going to be very sad. But this is part of like a spiritual transformation. Somebody has been holding back or has been held back by somebody that they need to cut out of their life. And that's no good for them. That's a snake. And I do feel releasing a situation that was like a trauma bond. Very difficult karmic soul tie to break. The devil is, comes disguised as everything you ever dreamed of. And then it turns into like a nightmare, a living nightmare. And so breaking free from a very toxic, codependent situation that's felt like a trap, that's felt like a prison, fear of accepting responsibility. And I feel somebody's choosing to release this very unhealthy situation. They're like grabbing my swords and I'm peacing out. I'm running because Spirit's like, get out of this situation and get out fast. And so I feel this could even lead to a huge loss of finances as well, which could lead to some disappointment. So I think a big message, make sure you're honest in all of your dealings. But Somebody's running straight towards a Four of Wands foundation, a higher commitment, a divine union of some sort. And so they're heading right towards peace and contentment and hoping that it's not too late for a renewal, for a resurgence is kind of what I'm feeling. So there's somebody coming in with a love offer to balance out a relationship from the past, a connection that I feel has never fully left your heart, and an opportunity to fall in love again. A connection where maybe it was bad timing in the past and you both didn't put in the work. You weren't ready to put in the work. And maybe you both didn't have equal giving and receiving, and it just wasn't going to work in the past. And I think this is a connection where you've been up in your head a long time, overthinking this ending, because there was a lot of love here. And I feel a masculine, that is definitely closing out a very toxic karmic cycle. Manipulation, greed, needing to win at all costs, definitely fighting with this Queen of Wands in reverse who wants to win at all costs, angry, lashing out. The passion is gone. This is not my dream come true. This is not my dream come true. This is controlling. Two very controlling people is what I'm feeling. Just wanting to win at all costs, and that's coming to a dead stop. The universe is putting something to a stop because there's no success here. There's no success here. And so it just has kept somebody stuck that's been unwilling to make a decision and follow their heart. So there's going to be a renewal. There is definitely going to be a renewal. So I would just like to look a little bit deeper into this Four of Wands, because this is the outcome. I think the past is being put to bed, and there is going to be an opportunity to start something new, but you're going to have to make a decision. So I think passionate action, somebody's coming in fast. So I think get ready for an unexpected arrival. A very magical connection, a very passionate connection, but somebody needs to bring balance into their life. They've been juggling too many options, needing to make a decision. They've not really been working on anything but overanalyzing a situation. Things are getting worse. And I kind of feel it's time for this beautiful new emotional experience. But we got a masculine here that's going to have to do the right thing, and he's not been doing the right thing. And so definitely going to need to surrender control. I feel somebody is really stressed about not being accepted either. They want to deepen a relationship. I feel a masculine going through an awakening, and maybe has recently even gone through a job loss. Closing out a toxic cycle rooted in some negative childhood patterns. So, healing some inner child wound as well. But this is definitely the return of a romantic person from your past. So I do think get ready. There's been this energy of withholding, not wanting to communicate, but there is going to be an unexpected decision. Somebody's choosing to embrace true love, Gemini, to choose from the heart, and to come and face this Queen of Swords. So a very matter-of-fact conversation is coming. So I think get ready to receive communication when it comes to a missed opportunity from the past. And like I said, maybe it was bad timing. And that I think maybe you both spent a lot of time grieving over. But I think it's time to have that conversation, and forgiveness is coming. Forgiveness is coming. Somebody is getting ready to reach out. And that's kind of what I got for a message today, guys. Oh, you know what? We're going to get an advice card. We're going to get one last advice card with the Crystal Angel stack. So one last advice card, please. Sensitive emotions. Yeah, there's a lot of heightened emotions right now. And so extra self-care and gentleness will definitely serve you right. But I think somebody here is definitely ready to fall in love again, ready to love again. Healing from the past, opening up your heart to new love. I feel going through a period of purification, preparing for love again. So if you've done the work, I think somebody's getting ready to come in for a reconciliation. So get ready to receive. And that's what I got for a message today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin soul reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. Thank you.